right, I think I am live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Happy Sunday evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Having an amazing end of your weekend. I know it probably flew by fast, right? Simply it does it. I don't know what's going on. The timeline is speeding up, has been for a little bit, hadn't it? But thanks for being here. I'm so happy to have you all here, and I'm excited to see what messages come through from Spirit. So we'll jump in here in a moment. But first, of course, we want to um, take a big deep breath and come back to this moment out of the future, out of the past, and come back into this moment. So that is what we'll do. If you want to join me, just take a big deep breath in, hold it for as long as you feel comfortable, and then a slow exhale. Just getting out of the future, getting out of the past, getting out of the chaos of the outside world, coming back to this little cocoon of love that we can sit in that's eternal and unconditional. So I love it. So if you want to join me, let's do that. So here we go. Big deep breath in. Beautiful. Thank you. And then we'll, of course, use the singing bowl to bring in more beautiful love energy to vibrate it out. So we will hit it 3 times. And as we're doing that, just imagine it just flowing out to every area of our life, every area of our human existence, our mental body, our emotional body, our physical bodies, our energetic bodies, just flooding out, raising the vibration of all those areas, and then flowing into the outside world, letting it do what it wants to do out there to help raise the vibration of the planet. Because we know it needs it. One doesn't need it, but for a higher experience, we definitely want it, right? All right. So as we're hitting that, you can also think of one thing that you're grateful for right here, right now. And as we focus on that gratitude, it raises our vibration. It allows us to receive messages from spirit, and it magnetizes us to receive more of what we're grateful for. So let's begin. I'm not sure how loud this will be. So I'll start off in a little distance here, but just to be aware of the volume, uh, because you never know. Every time I hit it, it's a different tone. All right, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that. Such beautiful, beautiful energies as per always. We'll put her down here on her little table. So, hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And we will be diving in here in a moment. What's wrong with you? Maybe you're supposed to be deaf, Santa. I don't know. Maybe you have a mission to, you know, minister to the deaf, and so you're gonna go deaf. You're too funny. But thank you guys so much for being here. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of Zen friends with obviously great senses of humor and huge hearts too, which we definitely, two things we can definitely use in this human adventure. So welcome. There's always room for more Zen friends. And I'm on Wednesday night through Sunday night at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you want to join us, please do. And I'm excited. If you want to know how the whole process works on readings, it's all down in the description box. Basically, free readings get first come, first serve. And they're generally 1 to 2 card readings. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I step out of the free readings and prioritize those. Dive deeper, meaning we also get into spilling more tea with Bretta Z. And you also get a fortune cookie. Tonight, we're going to be using these Wisdom Within, these cute little cards. They're short and to the point, but beautiful, beautiful energies. So I love those, and we'll be using those. So you get one of those to round out like a fortune cookie for your reading. If you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. We do have the Venmo, the Cash App, the PayPal, the Square. So you use whatever you'd like. And I don't have any set dollar amounts, whatever you want to give from your heart. I know it's what you're able to give right now. So I honor that and I appreciate that. If 2.5 hours in to the session, I have not completed any free readings, I do step away momentarily from the donations and do about 30 minutes of free readings, or if I finish them all within that period. And then I return back to donations. Always finish donations out in every session. And then I try to get to as many free readings after that, even. Usually I've been lately getting to all free readings. So if you get your question out there, if you come back to the stream later, if don't hang out for the entire 3, 4, 5 hours, however long I go, there's always a pinned comment listing all of the readings with the timestamps. And so all you have to do is find your name, click on the timestamp, takes you right to your reading. You know, isn't it cool? Easy breezy. So I love that. Yeah. So that's kind of how the process works. Also, every new moon and full moon, I do have a drawing where you have a chance to win a 30-minute personal recorded reading or one of my energetic hedges. The link I just put in the chat, but it's also in the description box of the video. If you ever want to look there on the current stream or a recent stream, it's going to show the current drawings that are coming up and any specials we've got going on. Although I don't think I put out this particular one. I just introduced a new hedge, energetic hedge for the hedge of health. It's for physical body energy and transformation of disease and different things in our body. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check that out. That is on special for $35 for the 2-week process instead of $50. And that'll be for a couple weeks until like February 12th. So if you want to check that out, we'll be having more hedges come out through the year as well. That's the thing that we're working on this year with Spirit. So I'm loving it. Also, if you haven't checked out my free podcast, we just put out a new one called Easing the Pain and the Easier Path podcast. It's all about hints from Spirit on how we can make this path an easier one instead of a harder one. If we want, that's our choice. I learned a lot the hard way And those lessons are hard learned and remembered. But we do have stories about either what the drama and trauma I've gone through or someone else. A story. We start off with Bredezen, a story time with Bredezen, and then we find out the human kind of information, why humans react or whatever to the situation, then spirit's perspective on why we experience it, and then hints from spirit on how to make it easier. So the playlist link is down in the description box if you want to catch up on that. We have a lot of wonderful, just a lot of wonderful information from spirit. I just love channeling them. And then I'm also starting every new moon and full moon, a couple days before it, I'll put out a how to make the most of the moon magic. This one I just put out for last weekend for the Capricorn new moon. So we're kind of out of that, Capricorn new moon, the fresh soil of planting things, because in a week we're going to have the full moon in Leo. So we'll be looking at purging things and maybe making more space for more garden to plant, as we move through the year. So we'll be putting that out too. So blah, 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 yada, yada. That's the skinny on all that. Let me move some stuff around here. There, that looks better. For me on my side anyway. We are gonna be using, the Arcanus Animal Tarot this evening because we're in the Taurus moon, so it's kind of earth energy, I kind of feel. I've been kinda altering the decks as we went through Pisces moon a couple nights and then Aries fire moon a couple nights. Now we're in grounding, Taurus moon energy for a couple nights. So we can enjoy that grounding energy. We really need that right now, right? All right. So that's the skinny. Let's do some shout outs. We'll make sure I've got all of my everyone on the list, and then we'll get started. I'll let everyone know where we're at on donations and everything as well. So we will look there. Let me just update my emails coming in here. All right, very good. That is up to date. What is this up here? Let me close out of this. If it'll let me. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so we got Marissa Smith in the house. Hey, Marissa. Thank you for your donation via the PayPal. We'll get you on the list here about the romance. So we'll dive into that. We've got Carmel Damon in the house. Hey, Carmel, good to see you. Hello, hello. Let's get you on the free list here. All right, we got you there. And let's see here. We got Livier. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Please and many thank yous. Absolutely. I love all your emojis. I'm going to copy those too. All right. Got you on the list. Of course, we already shouted out to Santa. I said I shouted out to Santa because she's deaf now. All right. So I do see your donation. So we will, of course, get to that one as well. Let's see here. Okay. Just making sure for timestamps here. All right. And we've got Justice Warrior 908. Tim. We got you. Thank you for your donation. So I got you on the list there. Right. And of course, we've got JoJo in the house. Hey, JoJo. I see you just posted your question down below. So thank you for that. And then Santa, I got you already on the list here. So that is good there. All right. And then we do have on the free free reading list. Okay, talk too fast. Touch of Love. So Touch of Love. Hello, hello. We got you. We've got Maria P for a general reading. We got you on there. We got Brenda Globy. Have you there as well. Good to see you. And Tateshi. Hello. We've got you on there. We got Alicia for your free question. Hello. Good to see you. We got you on there. We got Eagle. So general for the next 5 days. We'll look into that. Good to see you as well. And let's see here. We've got Sudeshna Ghosh. Sudeshna times 3. Boom, boom, boom. You'll be up first. and we will get you squared away on those. So thank you. Good to see you. If you are here, you might be sleeping. You're on the other side of the world. Those were from earlier today. One of my international Zen friends. So hello. And we've got Kat Mia as well on the free list. So hello. That was like 10 o'clock this morning. So you're probably also sleeping. And Swaroot Bobby, hello, hello. When you guys eventually see this, good morning. All right. So I think that is where we are at here. Love from Europe. It's not too late. Well, I guess it is pretty late there as well. Because you're getting into what, 7, 8 hours. So it's what, midnight, 1 a.m. where you guys are at, and Jojo over there in Estonia on the other side of the planet too, in the burning the midnight oil. So good to see you guys. I appreciate you so much for being here, and thank you for your patience and with the changes that I made in hours and all that. It's working out really good for my health and everything, so I appreciate it. All right, so for donations is where we'll start. We've got 3 for Sudeshna up first, and then Santa, and then Jojo, and then Justice Warrior, Tim, and then Marissa, you'll be up after that. Croatia. Santa is in Croatia. See, we knew the North Pole was they're probably getting too cold from there, and so Santa moved to Croatia. I love it. Thank you for letting me know that. I don't expect everyone to share private stuff, but I love that. Croatia, I'm gonna have to look into that. I've heard about it through time but I'm gonna go do that. It's also cold. Yeah, it's kind of in the northern part of Europe, right? But, I'm gonna write down here, Croatia, so that I can look into that. I like looking into where people live. All right. So, let's take a sip and do some cheers here and dive in. Thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for the thumbs up too already. It does help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the love tsunami, and I'm so grateful. It seems like a small thing, but it actually does allow this beautiful, this energy of the algorithm or whatever, it draws people to the channel. So thank you for that. And cheers, 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 everybody. Got some wonderful, let's see, what is this one? This is the caramel pecan flavored coffee with of course, my zero sugar caramel macchiato. So it's a caramel deliciousness here. I don't know if you can see the steam coming up. It is now like 10 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which is a lot warmer than it was overnight, where it went below zero. But tomorrow it heats back up into the 40s. So we'll see if the snow that we've been getting is melted by then, because I haven't walked for 3 days and I'm ready to get out walking again because it's been like crazy, crazy cold and snowing. So I didn't want to, I'm getting to that age. You don't want to slip and break a hip. All right, let's get started. All right, so Sudeshna, we'll start you at 1854 for your first one here. So we got that one here. I know, yum. It's so good. All right, and then we'll circle back for your other two as well. So this is for Sumita. So she lost a green emerald stone gold ring. Uh-oh. Sounds like Wizard of Oz. If she clicks her heels 3 times, she'll find her ring. So let's take a look here. It's just a Wizard of Oz joke, but we'll see. Will she find it based on current energies? Okay. Or is it lost completely? So we'll answer that. And then why did she lose it? Any significance about why she lost the ring here? Let's see here. I feel like this is an underlining reason. These two are underlying reasons too. I don't feel like those. All right, what do we got here? Yeah, we got the bottom of the deck. We do have the 5 of Wands coming in here. The 5 of Wands is a bit of drama energy, um, but it's also a change of energy where we realize whatever conflicts come up, that it is for us, and it helps us realize that whoever we're interacting with, even though in the beginning it might feel like it's a kung fu battle, that it's really friends helping friends improve themselves, recognize their skills, find their abilities and strength within inside. So at first we could look at things as, why is the world against me? Then I go, oh, how is the world for me? And it's a wonderful change of energy. Let's take a look here. Will she find the ring? I get the Page of Wands. Yeah, with a change of energy, which makes sense here with the Five of Wands. Um, but the Page of Wands is taking our power and focusing in on not fear around losing it or something like that, but focusing on gratitude for what we do have and trust in a way, the creator and spirit that this is unfolding for me. And how am I going to find, you know, not so much how I'm going to find this, but if I'm meant to find this, guide me. And it's a different change of energy instead of a, oh no, no, no. It's a, all right. It It's not like I threw it out the window, into a trash can or something. Did she? No, she didn't. But it's like, "Okay, so let me relax and center, change my energy," then it becomes clear, and I do feel like you find it. Why did she lose it? Got the 8 of Cups. Yeah, there is this energy of wanting to leave behind emotions and relationships that don't serve anymore. So if this was a gift, it could be this energetic, I want to release something, and it took kind of presence in the physical world through that. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we got the Four of Wands, which is the marriage card, and the Empress, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. It's almost like this subconscious thing here of or conscious thing of um I don't want to marry someone that I don't have a say so in marrying in a way, because the Empress is about I'm the Empress over my empire. The Four of Wands is the marriage card, and this Eight of Cups about leaving behind emotions and relationships that don't serve anymore, just kind of all builds into that losing a ring, right? Interesting. Let's see what's below the surface here too. We got the Four of Pentacles. This is a an energy of understanding worth in relationship to the outside world, and the discovery of when I define myself by relationships and situations and things, I feel unstable because all those things are. Um, so I like this. Maybe below the surface, there can be some awareness that comes in where it doesn't matter who we end up with, because we're going to be able to choose how we interact with anyone in the outside world. But if I don't find what I'm looking for inside of me, I'm not going to deal well with whatever's going on in the outside world, because the outside world is unstable. And if I'm unstable, then I'm doing unstable things myself. But when I go inward and upward and find that eternal, unconditional love to be the foundation of my worth, then my whole world becomes stable. So I like that. Let's see what else. We got a couple more cards here. We do have the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of emotional energy with that Queen of Cups and fears around love coming up here. And that will continue as it does with all of us. It's a realization that we all want to be loved unconditionally, right? And eternally. And when we look to the outside world, all we get is temporary and unstable love that doesn't fill us up at all. It just makes us feel emptier. The more of it we try to consume in the outside world. So it keeps pointing us back to ourselves and all those fears of not being lovable, of, because when we're in the realm of conditional love, which is human, if you don't do all these things, then I'm not going to give you my love. Then we reject. out of our own fear because if someone's not doing what we want them to do in order for us to love them conditionally, then we feel, "I'm not lovable because you would do that for me if I was lovable." So everyone's focusing in on, in the beginning at least, about our own love and how unstable it is and, how unlovable we're fearing we are, and everyone is focusing on that. We're all reacting as little children, trying to get the love in all these different ways until we realize that that's not gonna fill me up. I'm just gonna stop competing in the love game of the outside world, and I go into the inside where I win my own game, and it doesn't matter because we realize love isn't a game. Love is who I am. I am an eternal, uh, supernatural, amazing being, spirit being made of unconditional love. I'm made of love. I am love. I don't need to find it anywhere. I just need to recognize who I am. Then I can fill up and overflow with that love. And then the love of the outside world moves from an energy of being of lack to being above and beyond extra and abundance instead. So, all of that to say, yes, the find the ring just needs to change the energy around it, and go into this gratitude saying, if I meant to find that ring, and if not, then it was a message, but there was a message in the losing of it, a really powerful message below the surface, right? All right. So let's see what your first fortune cookie is for Sumita here. And you are so sweet on diving in and finding things out for her. I appreciate that. Yeah. So this one is, what is taking up your time? Let's see if I can get it to, you can read it there. What is taking up your time? Where are we investing our energy? In trying to find love in the outside world or trying to find love on the inside? Maybe that is it. All right. So that is her little fortune cookie there. So thank you for your first donation. For number 2, we're at 2727. Look at that. Repeating numbers here. And we'll circle back around for number 3 here in a moment. So, and you know what? I didn't give your first one a love and a like here because I had them over here. Let me give your second one a love and a like. So you'll be working from home and not going into the office from the 2nd of February to the 5th of February. So will that cause any issues at work, right? All right, we'll take a look here. And will they create a problem with this? And would it be beneficial to have a medical prescription to tell them to be kinder? All right, we'll take a look here. Yeah, the bottom of the deck, we do have the 3 of Wands, which is great. It is a, with new information, a change of direction kind of energy. So we'll find out what these all are here, but I don't feel like that is about the period of time, as more as what I'm feeling this energy is the way they respond in the beginning. We'll find out here more specifically, but it just feels like the way that they're acting just gives you another reason why you don't want to work for that company anymore. They also brought back a memory of mine with my mom when she was working for this. I mean, she was in her 60s. She must have been in her 60s, maybe even her early 70s. Maybe it was more her mid 60s. She was actually working for an elderly care company, and she was going to take care of people her age and younger that weren't able to take care of herself, and she was getting down on her knees and scrubbing floors and cleaning bathrooms and taking them for grocery shopping and doing all the vacuuming, cleaning, and all this kind of stuff, right? To help care for him, and she wasn't feeling the best, and this company um, was like, um, she went to call off, and it's not like she was like a medical person, whatever. It's like, if your house isn't clean for a day, if it was delayed, no one's gonna die over it, right? But they acted like, "You need to do this and blah, 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 and are you really sick?" And they accused her and all this stuff, and I'm like, "Mom, you just need to stop working there." I'm gonna let's dive into my savings, let's pay off all your bills, and, you need to get out of there, and that's the kind of energy is how they react to you being needing the time to do this so that for your health and things, that they're, like, not flexible, and you're like, "You know what? I need to be somewhere else." So I feel like that's kind of energy that's there. Um, so will it cause any issues? Let's find out here first. We've got the moon card, which is a lot of emotional stuff that comes to the surface here. And this King of Wands energy, this feels like a manager kind of energy, but it just feels like I don't feel like it causes any real problems. I just feel here with that moon, that's a lot of emotion that's been building up that I feel like someone just kind of, you know, emotionally responds to you with this King of Wands, and, you're like, "Wow." Because you give so much, and it's not a big thing that you're asking for, but they kind of, "Well, we can do it this time, but we can't make this a habit, and, I'm really concerned about, this and that," and you're like, "Wow." It's just kind of that kind of energy, I feel. Um will it create any problems? I got the four of swords, which is, this peace of mind, energy, and the five of cups is some lower vibrational emotions. So I feel like in the realm of the mind, no, the rules and everything else, but emotionally, I feel like it feels like a problem because it's like you just made not you no one can make us feel anyway, but they didn't make it easy for you not to feel bad about it. It's kind of they said things and you're just like, "Wow, thanks for the guilt trip offering." And then whether you take the ticket for the guilt trip or not is up to you, but it feels like they're, "Oh, well," kind of energy. Will a medical prescription or note help? Yeah, you can tell them it's a matter of life and death with the death card and the ace of cups and the sun card underneath there too. It wouldn't hurt. I feel like that would really change the whole situation because with the sun and the ace of cups, that's brighter energy, that's um happier emotional energy, and it's a death and rebirth energy. It's like it changes the perspective of things. So I think that's a good idea from this energy and I like that with the 3 of wands too, kind of fits with that too, that it makes it um, it's another way of going about it, and then they're like, "Okay, I see, you have a doctor's note and you need to stay home." So, um, in fact, they might even say, "Well, don't even work, just take the time off." You're like, "Oh, fine." You know, but you're like, "But I need the money." Maybe they'll let you do it. Alright, and then let's see what your fortune cookie brings in for that. But, yeah, another reason to find somewhere where you're supported and you feel like you're not just being used. It says, "How are you being the best version of yourself?" Let's see if I can get it to focus in this close. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, maybe right there you can see it. Maybe it's just too small to be seen, but I like this. How are you being the best version of yourself? How are you allowing yourself to be loved and loving yourself and choosing for yourself? And I love that you're going, "I need to work from home because, um, for my health." So I like that. Right. So that's for that one. And then for number 3, we've got 34, 37. We're almost at 34, 34. Excuse me. So that is your third one here. And let's give that a love and a like here as well. Boom, boom. And will you be able to go to your maternal aunt's place on February 1st? If yes, how will the week be there? And anything else? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, will you be able to go to your aunt's place on the 1st? And then if so, how does that unfold here? All right. All right. Let's see here. Are you able to go? We got the 8 of Wands, which is an energy of like it's a quick um it's like I don't want to say a last minute decision, but I feel like at the last minute or it unfolds quickly, um, that you're able to go here. Because it might be like, well, we need to find out and let's make sure we can approve you to go or not to go, but to work from home and different things. And it's like, come on, come on, come on. And then you get an answer and I feel like you are able to go here. How does it go when you go? You got the Page of Cups and the Four of Cups. And then the bottom of the deck, you also have a Cups card, which I'll show you here in a sec. But so there is this heightened emotion, this stable emotion. Feels like there's some, I want to say, like stagnant old emotions that get to be worked out while you're there, because on the bottom of the deck, you do have the 8 of Cups, which I don't feel is about leaving relationships that don't serve you, but I do feel it's leaving emotions behind that don't serve you. So I feel like when you're there, I feel like you get to share some things from your heart and, also your aunt and maybe some cousins and different things. I feel like you get to it's like almost like an emotional transmutation, which is like an emotional healing in a way, that there's some old fears and some old stuff that I feel like when throughout it and as you leave, you feel like things have changed for a happier, higher vibration energy, emotional energy between me and them. So I like that for you. And then also you've got here the 10 of Wands. Yeah, this change of something feeling like a burden to something feeling like a harvest. You got the 2 of Wands. Yeah, it really depends on your viewpoint too with your own energy, and the 6 of Swords, which is leaving behind old ways of thinking, allows you to see things from a different perspective, which does allow flow and movement and good flowing conversations too. So I like this, this 2 of Wands, we talk about the power of energetic choice a lot. So when you go into it focusing on what you're grateful for in individuals and the things you love about people and not the stuff that you don't like and blah blah blah. It just opens up a different energy, but it also allows you to look at the stuff from the past from a place of peace, and it allows you to transform some emotions there. And like I said, it just feels like um, you're able to bring back some of this energy that you might have been bubbling inside you about what do they think of me and why did they talk to me that way before and why did they do this and not do this, and I feel like you even just kind of ask in a loving way going, when we were blah blah blah, is there a reason? um like not so much like why did you do that, because that comes across as attacking. That goes back to that uh, my podcast series Defense. How can we approach it in a different way? You can ask, how did you come to, that action that you did, Um, just just wanna I was thinking about that, and I just wanna understand where you were coming from and what was going on at the time, and they're like, "Oh my god, you won't believe," and I feel like there's clarity that kinda comes in that way. So, let's see here. In your fortune cookie, I am unstoppable and resilient is your card. I am unstoppable and resilient. Ching, 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 ching. There you go. There's gold print on here. So I love that for you, Sudeshna. So hopefully that will be a fun trip for you. There's definitely great possibilities for it. All right. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your multiple donations. All right. So hey, Deb, happy snowy Sunday to you. We are all warm and cozy. In fact, let's take a sip here. Cheers to you. Happy Aquarius season to you. It's 11 degrees and snowing. It was 10 degrees before, so the warm front must be coming in. All right. So up next, we do have Santa, and then JoJo, and then Justice Warrior, Tim, and then Marissa Smith is where we're at right now. Make sure I update that. All right. So let us dive in. So Santa, you're at 40/20. All right. Sounds like my vision. No, it's something like that. Whoops. That doesn't work when you don't copy and paste anything here. Let's try that again. There we go. So Santa, thank you for your donation and your little I love your little sticker there. So you wanna know, what does Ivan think of you, or feel about you now? Because there's no contact at this moment. Um, you've never been together, only find out from, in a past reading, right, that he's your twin flame. Alright. So let's take a look here and see what's going on here. See what is happening in the life of Ivan. So, what are their thoughts right now? Their feelings right now? And let's check in on the twin flame energy here, too. All right. So, the bottom of the deck, you do have the Justice card on the bottom, which, of course, is Libra energy. It is the relationship, rules over the relationship house. And that Ace of Swords is all about thoughts and beliefs. So there's this underlying energy around the twin flame energy that they are bringing you perspectives even without being together. There is this ignition of questioning thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around relationship, right? Because things are triggered within us, right? Like questioning, why haven't they contacted me? Why hasn't this coming forth? Does this mean I'm something? Is it bringing up something around how I'm lovable or not? Or da da da. You know, it even like a twin flame doesn't absolutely have to be someone that's in our face physically. If our we're having mental energy or emotional energy involved with the, I guess we call it the energy of the relationship, you're still doing the work with twin flame energy, which is interesting. I've never heard that from in a reading before, but that makes sense in a weird way, doesn't it? All right. Let's see what else we have here, but that's just the underlying energy that's there. Get the snowman. All right. So what are Ivan's thoughts right now? Yeah, we got the star card, we got the full card. They are in a bit of a transformational energy here. The full card, of course, is the first card in the major arcana, which is a significant new beginnings in their life and transformation in their life. And the star card, interestingly, is Aquarius energy. And we've got all this Aquarius energy going on right now. In fact, we're going to have like a stellium in Aquarius in the astrological chart as we go. We're now the sun's in Aquarius, Pluto was in Aquarius, Mars just moved into Aquarius. Didn't Venus just move into Aquarius too? It's like all the planets, the personal planets are in Aquarius, and then the moon at one point will also align into Aquarius because it goes through the entire zodiac every month. Yeah, because the Aquarius new moon will be um what, probably around the 13th or 14th or 15th, somewhere in there, because the full moon is on the 1st. So we got all this energy coming in, which is about challenging the old ways, letting old ways go and new ways, thinking in new ways. So they're going through a bit of reconstruction, challenging a lot of their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets right now, including about you. But I feel like they're just in this mental storm that you're one thing of all the stuff, all this debris that's flying around in this tornado in their head, mental tornado. So that's understandable why they're pocketed away because they're going through a lot of huge transformation mentally and in their belief systems. Um, their feelings about you, yeah, yeah, well, we were wondering, but you got 10 of wands, which is a lot of fire, in the 6 of cups, a lot of past life energy. So this together would tell me twin flame, right? You're talking about fire at turned up to level 10, and the 6 of cups is past life energy. So there is that there. They're confirming it, because I was like, did things change, or is this one of the twin flames that was doing a certain thing? But there's a purpose to the relationship between the two of you, and there is a lot of emotions from the past that is here. He's a Libra too. That's well, there you go. Um, so he's very mental air sign energy, so that makes sense with why they're in a mental storm. But there's a lot of this emotional energy from past lifetimes and this lifetime too. So let's see here. We did 4 cards. These 4 cards are about the twin flame experience, so we'll see what's going on here, and, uh, yeah, let's just find out what's going on. Yeah, alright. So we know there's hermit energy, which just kinda reinforces what I was talking about before, that sometimes with twin flame energy, and this makes total sense as they're showing me in my head how a lot of twin flame journeys that we have as humans is the in your face and breathing fire and purifying us, but there's also the separation, the distance that teaches us so much about abandonment, feeling left behind, left out in the cold. Am I unlovable? Am I not good enough? Blah, 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 right? That also happens. And with this hermit and what we talked about in the beginning, there is this side of the scale that you're learning through right now while they're going through their own mental storm. So it does confirm there. And we got the moon energy. So about cycles and movement, and there's also, this is about the hidden emotions that come to the surface eventually. So there will be that sharing of it, but a lot of this alone time is giving you time to dive into your own emotions, to see what's below the surface, to understand what are your emotions, what are past life emotions, what are your inner child's emotions, what you're picking up from the outside. It's really having you this period to understand your emotional self so that you can have that foundation before anything moves forward. Yeah, and the Queen of Wands, getting in tune with your own spiritual and emotional connection to the spirit world. So there is quite a bit of this, and here's Queen of Wands, fire, flamey energy that's coming in here too. So I like that coming in here. This hermit time giving you an opportunity to strengthen your relationship with yourself and emotions, but also with the spirit world. And I like that. Yep. And then you'll have the death and the rebirth that happens here. I mean, 3 major arcana and a Queen of Wands for your alone time, and the journey of the hermit or the twin flame journey you have with them. So, even silence has its purpose, you know, and that's I wouldn't say that's where we have our biggest transformations, because I feel they're kind of both equally, um, stingy, when we're with someone and then there's silence, which I know you haven't been with them yet, but, when we're with someone and there's silence, that can be deafening and it can sting, um, in a different way than when we're in a relationship and this passion that's there, but also the fire of the things they're doing and not doing, saying or not saying while we're in a relationship close together also burns our bohiney, burns our butt. All right. So hopefully that brings some clarity there. Let's see what your fortune cookie is here too. maybe. Okay, this one. I wanted to make sure. How can you live in peace? Is your question. See if we can get it to show up there a little bit. So, how can you live in peace? There you go. And I like that. There's that. They're bringing back this phrase I heard once. It's in this thing here somewhere in my head. If we can't be comfortable living alone, we can't be comfortable living with someone else. So that's a good awareness coming in there too. Right. That's what they have for you, Santa. Don't you have all the elves around? You're not alone. You have your spiritual elves. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. Let's take another quick sip here, everyone. Cheers, cheers. All right. So, Jojo, you are up. We got 5115. Look at the mirror of those numbers. There's your timestamp. And we'll give your donation a love and a like since it lets me for those. And your question down here, why did D text you? Oh my God. Hello, hello. All right, we'll find out here what is going on. It just dropped to 9 degrees. So maybe someone was breathing on the thermometer that was measuring it. You're welcome, Santa. Remember when Christmas time comes around. I'm not just on the naughty list, right? All right, let's take a look here. So, Jojo, why did D text you? Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's see here. We want this one too. And there was another one here. So this one, yeah. All right, let's see. What do we got here? What is happening? Well, the bottom of the deck here, we do have the Page of Swords. Look at, don't you get birds? I think it's a toucan. But we got the Page of Swords, which is about kind of twofold reasons. One, they wanted to kind of ignite conversation again, communication, but seeking clarity seems to be the root below it of what they're wanting to try to, um, I guess, obtain through the communication. Let's see what that's about. Your first card is the Five of Cups. Wanting to change emotions, wanting to raise them up. So, and I had felt like they're kind of bummed not communicating. And even though wasn't it their idea not to talk anymore? It feels like, I know, like this is what I'm hearing anyway, is like, I know it was my idea not to connect, but I realize that I miss it. And I feel better when I feel things are good between us and not at odds, even if it's not, getting into anything deep or anything like that, but just to know everything is okay, with us kind of energy, you know, is what I feel there. Let's see what else here. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, wanting a new opportunity, just a fresh start kind of energy that's coming in here. And the moon, the phase of the moon, you know, going from a full moon to a new moon and kind of those directions there. But there is some hidden motivations that are here coming in with the moon card too. Emotions below the surface that they want to express that they're, as always, afraid to. That's their MO, right? That's their how they normally kind of act and go forward with it. But there is this phases knowing that this is just this is like their pattern, their cycle, right? Just like the moon goes through a predictable cycle, they have a predictable cycle. They've done this before, right? It's like forward and back and forward and back and forward and back and forward and back, kind of energy that comes in with that. Um, let's see what's below the surface here. We did get 2 cards, so well, what is that below the surface? We wanna know, right? Well, the 10 of cups, yeah, I kind of figured there's this, energy of attraction and joy and togetherness, um, that also has the 2 of swords, which is they battle between their head and their heart, which is that push me, pull me, like from Doctor Dolittle, right? You know, they move forward, they move back. Their heart leads them forward, their mind pulls them back. Their heart, their mind, their heart, their mind. And so when they're at odds with the heart, then it does feel here like they want things to be better between the 2 of you, and I feel like that's why, um, why the text. So hopefully that brings the clarity that you are wanting there. We'll get your fortune cookie here too, but it's just part of the cycle again. And you're like, yeah, it's you can call them the push me, pull me. Whoa. All right. So let's see here. What's your fortune cookie here? All right. So it's this one here. Come on. Yeah. Well, they were, like, so connected, they didn't wanna leave each other, so I'm gonna give you both. It's a short one anyway. It's, "Whatever you decide, it will be the right decision. Pay attention." So I like that. Whatever you decide, it'll be the right decision because there's no right or wrong decision, just different decisions with different, um, experiences and different outcomes that come in there, but if it's the cycle and you're like, "Well, I can enjoy the little cycle before the full moon release again," where it's like, "Bye," until the next new moon comes around, right? It's like, "Okay, I get it." But, that's what they have for you, Jojo. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. Hey, Tim De La Gem, good to see you. It's funny because. The Tims show up. Now we're gonna move into Justice Warrior, which is Timmy, um, is up, and we have Tim De La Gem in the house. Hey, Tim. Right? He's following you. I think he was here first, though. Stalkers. All right. So, Timmy, I think is what your screen name is. Um, you wanna know, will you pass stars because 'cause you're scared? Alright, we'll take a look here and see what we got coming in here. Yeah, he's just that good, right, Tim De La Gem? That's the sign of a true stalker. You show up before someone arrives to make it look like they, you know, you're following me when really I'm following you so good that, I'm where you are headed. I've been watching too many movies, right? Alright, let's take a look here, Timmy, and see what we got here. Our kung fu is strong. You have the Knight of Cups on the bottom, which is movement of emotion, and I feel like that's an important awareness to bring into the reading just to start off that, you know, the knights all have a quest, and this Knight of Cups is on a quest for the Ace of Cups, which brings in the power of choice for our emotions, and realizing that the most we can do, whatever we can do to choose gratitude and higher vibration helps us stay out of fear, helps us stay out of lower vibration, and getting to the root of the emotion of what's making you feel unsafe and out of control when it comes to this, stars that um that's taking you into that fight or flight survival mode, because if you go too deep into fear, you go in out of your mind, out of your intelligent compassionate, loving side, and then your 2-year-old self and pet hissing cat are the ones who take any quiz or stars or interviews or whatever, right? And that's not good because they didn't study. Our adult self studied, right? So it's important to say whatever you can do to calm yourself. It's questioning, what am I fearing? Comforting our little inner child who's freaking out, and we can comfort it, realizing we're going to be fine either way. You know, it's the unknown, but let me tell you the known, that regardless of if I what I make on a test, we're going to be fine. We're not in a society yet who, if you get a certain score, they take you out back and shoot you, right? I've seen movies like that. Again, I watched a lot of movies in my past, but we're not in that right now, so we're safe. You know, if I just don't do it, then yeah, I might delay things. What's the worst thing that could happen? I'm not going to die. Either way, I'm going to get through this. We're going to be fine. Relax and do your due diligence in preparing, right? And then you have access to it. So I like that just being an underlying energy. But to get back to your true question, which was, am I going to pass based on current energies? Ace of Swords. Yeah, that's a good positive card there. This is the gift of the mind, the gift of intelligence. So yeah. I feel like you're gonna do fine here. You got the 2 of Wands and the Strength card that comes up here too. 2 of Wands is an energy, what's about where we're investing our energy, and the Strength card, the courage, the strength, and even this is our communication with our higher self, that you're not in it alone. But again, the energy you go in with the test, if you go in with gratitude for the tests that I've or exams or whatever I've had in the past, I'm grateful that I was able to retain all that and pass those. And you know, anything that we're grateful for the creator, we just draw in more. You know, the more joy and gratitude, unconditional love and laughter and play that we have, that's the stronger the connection with the spirit world and the higher vibration that we draw in. If I'm focusing on fear and lower vibration and lack and want and need and those energies draw in experiences of lack that comes in instead. But there is also this other energy here that is this with the strength card. Usually it has a maiden on there, which is our higher self, which the infinity symbols they're representing our higher self. And we have a relationship between our human and our higher self. We're all the same being. We're just the pinky dipped down into this lower vibration to go, what is it like down there? And that's us. But we have access to them. And it's not cheating if we've studied and it's in here and we've done our due diligence, that we can go, help me remember the answer to that. Um, Help me create the best answer. Help bring back the facts. And if we just take a big deep breath, if we're like, gosh, I'm stuck on this, just and slow exhale, even not through the mouth, and then go, okay, guys, help me remember that. And there'll be a boop. They'll touch the memory in your brain and go, oh, that's right, and they'll help you. It's not cheating because it's yourself. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. You also have the Four of Pentacles, solid foundation in the outside world. So we like this. But there's also this foundation realizing that you're not defined by anything in the outside world. You are perfect in the sight of our higher selves and the upper world. It's just humanity that we have struggles with because we all have these stories that are based on opinion and not reality. Um, so there is this with the Four of Pentacles. It doesn't matter what happens in the outside world through relationship situations like tests or jobs or education or our bodies, our bank accounts, possessions, other people's actions, non-actions, um, words or silence or whatever. Anything in the outside world doesn't change our worth. It just is a different experience. So it's coming back to the foundation that nothing of that doesn't change who I am. It's just an experience. And then you have, yeah, I like this letting go of the Nine of Swords because that's the nightmare and insomnia card. That's a lot of the fear that's there. And the World card is a victory. It's like most of our worries never come true. Hardly anything we've ever worried about ever makes fruition. But the world card is a victory. It's the ending of a major cycle, the beginning of a new adventure. But it's all part of this of letting go of your fears and realizing, what is this fear? What is at this root? And that's what can set you free as well. So I know it's just like, am I going to pass or not? But they don't pass on the opportunity to share more for you while they have your ear and the microphone, literally. All right. So hopefully that helps, Timmy. That is what we have. Let's get you your fortune cookie here, too. And you have stop apologizing for your feelings. Yep, I like that. Your feelings are always valid. They're always a perfect expression of what you're going through in the moment. And you're always doing your best every moment with what information you have, what energy you have, and what the energy of your environment is. So you're always doing your best and you don't have to apologize for your feelings. So I like that. That's what they got for you. So many blessings to you. What did you say, Tim? Study long, study wrong, my fellow Tim. You got this beat. Yeah, I know you're no we know you know your stuff. Relax. Relax. Exactly. All right. Need to skip this here. Here we go. All right. Just make sure we got that there. All right. So, Marissa, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here 106:33. Whoops. Let's try that again. There we go. Boom, boom. So, thank you for your donation via the PayPal. And let's find your question here. There it is. So, is anyone with romantic intentions coming towards you in February? All right. Let's find out what we got here. Well, first of all, let's give you a cheers. Cheers to, anyway, I don't know what I was going to say. Cheers to a romantic February. That's not what was coming through my head. I had a filter. I'm like, where did that come from? No, it had nothing to do with you. All right. My spirit guides being funny to me. All right. So let's take a look here. Based on current energies, any romantic, romantic for February coming towards you? And what can we know about any of that subject here? All right. So let's see here. What's this Four of Pentacles about? Got the Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here for you, which the Four of Pentacles, it is about a solid foundation, but this is an emotion of home that's coming through here. And it's about meeting someone who feels like home. And we'll see what that how that unfolds here. We'll get more clarity if it's someone you know from home, or is it actually, feeling so comfortable with someone, you feel at home with someone, where someone feels like home, kind of energy there. Oh, okay. It's still a test, it's still exams, right? I was like, stars, isn't that an exam of some sort? All right. So you do have Page of Swords here, Marissa. Hey, you're here. Which this is communication, heightened communication. And I'm just going to take a look here to see if this is heightened or returning communication. But let's find out here if it's someone that's coming back. Oh, okay. Because you do have the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. Seven of Pentacles is an energy of like something that has been almost on again, off again communication for a while, if that resonates there for you, because it just feels like there's something that has been like, feels like taking a very long time, but that it's just kind of like seasonal. "Oh, here they come again. Okay, now they're gone again. Oh, here we're talking again. Oh, now it's drifted away. Now we're drifted back. Now we're drifted away." And it does feel like there is that, that's coming back, around again here. But I feel like that's just one. I kind of feel like there's this 2 individuals. I feel like that one kind of comes back in, and you're just kinda like, "Oh, what a surprise," you know? But the second one here, I feel like I'm gonna go to this one first. Yeah, we got the 10 of wands. There is this energy here. It's a lot of fire, a lot of I don't know, what is this? It's not endings and beginnings energy. We have the 7 of wands underneath here. So there is quite this spark here because the 7 of wands is about, standing out, having the spotlight on either you or this person, but there's a spark, there's a lot of connection. This makes sense of this draw, like you're just like zap to each other like magnets, there's a lot of this energetic and physical attraction, but I feel like it's a lot of energetic attraction, not just like um and you know the difference between going, "Ooh, who's that?" and the, "Holy hell, what was that?" Let's see what else they tell us here. Um, yeah, speaking of stars, there were stars. We've got here this wonderful 4 of wands, which is a joy energy. It is a marriage energy. The star card is a dream come true energy. Um, so I do feel like there is this spark with someone, and this could be very much the beginning of something that leads to, based on this energy, to like unbelievable. Maybe not love at first sight, excuse me, but attraction at first sight for sure. And this draw that comes in here, but this makes sense that this would be the one that's the 4 of pentacles, the one that feels very solid and feels like home and this comfort level, because this kind of energetic attraction would be something like past life connections and this draw that comes in where you're just like, I feel like I know you from somewhere. I usually joke that, you know, it's like they're glowing in the dark when you meet them and they have a rainbow shooting out of their butt and you're like, I think that's them because it's this big of a thing. So I feel like there are 2 that come towards you, excuse me, in February for a romantic. One is the old zombie coming back from the dead, and you're just like, "That's alright. I'm not gonna fall into the cycle. I've had it enough." This whiplash of they're here and they're gone, they're here, they're gone, they're here, they're gone. You're like, "Be gone, be gone." Um, it's not quite time for the zombie apocalypse. You get to go. But this other one comes up here, and I do feel like it's gonna be at some sort of event of some sort because of this 4 of wands too is joy and celebration gathering, but the 7 of wands really is that someone standing out of the crowd in some way, either on stage or, behind a table, or I don't know if like behind a bar, but it's that kind of thing. Singing karaoke. No, I'm just kidding. But it's one of you is out above the crowd or away from the crowd, standing out from the crowd, but you guys spot each other and it's zap kind of energy coming in. So I like that for you, Marissa. But it feels like, all right, here we are. But I also think it's interesting that the false one, um, coming back from the past, it's like, no, that's okay. I'll take a pass. So let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. All right, there we go. And let's see what you have here. When you feel like you don't fit in, make space. When you feel like you don't fit in, make space. I like that because that is kinda like that. Yeah, this one's new. The old one coming back, of course, is not new. It's the same old story with the one that's, you know, "Here they come again, blah, blah, blah." But this one, it'll be brand new, you don't even know who they are at all. It's, like, fresh because you're this is when you meet them, is you're like, "Who's that?" So you don't know them, um, because it wouldn't feel like that, right? You'd be like, "Oh, it's so and so." No, it's like, "Who is that?" So, that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Fun times. I bet you will in February. How are you gonna meet someone if you don't go out? Not unless you're gonna order a mail order, partner. Maybe you're gonna get invited out to something. So, if you get invited to something, in February, this is your opportunity to meet them. And there's always ranges, to meet people, the earliest and the latest that we can meet someone, right? So if we if an opportunity arises, we don't take it, what's meant for us doesn't pass us by, it just delays us meeting them. So you definitely have an opportunity for romance to come towards you, but if you don't take it, it'll just be later in the summer when it's not cold and snowy. You're like, damn it. All right, I'm gonna get on my parka coat and I'm getting out there. You're too funny. I like it. I like it, Tim. Yeah, sounds great. I like it. All right. So, Cat Mia, thank you. Let's see. The thing that you're searching for, is it the one people already found it? All right. So, I do have your one from earlier, how you're supposed to use that wheel. The example, do you want this to replace your free reading from earlier then? Just let me know if you wanna keep your original one or this one, and then you're actually gonna be up after Swaroop here in a moment, so, uh, we'll be jumping there. Alright, well, have a blast, Marissa. I'm excited for you. Alrighty. So I think that's it for donations right now, so we will take a quick sip here, and we'll dive into some free reading. So cheers, everybody. Thank you again for all the thumbs up. Does help spread the Zen love, and if you haven't got into the drawing for I offer a drawing every new moon and full moon for a 30-minute person recorded reading or a one of my energetic hedges. The link is in the description box or the description area of the video. I posted it at the beginning, I'll post it at the end, but I thought in the middle, I'll just mention that too. And if you haven't checked out my Easier Path free podcast, it's a link down in there too. All right. So, Swaroop Bobby, you are up. Here is your whoops. Here is your timestamp. We'll try that again. What's coming towards you for the coming week? All right, let's see here. What do they want you to know here? Got to that. What else? All right. So you've got the Emperor and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, they're definitely, it feels like you have a choice to make here out in the physical world with the Two of Pentacles. The Emperor is like Aries energy, it's action energy, but I feel like this is an opportunity for you to choose from your heart instead of your head in a way. Because the Emperor, they've even in this one they have this Ace of Swords, and then they have the like the Wands energy, power of choice energy coming in here. But there's this, you know, room full of people, self-appointed advisors, blah, blah, blah. This is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do, blah, blah, blah. Everyone has these different opinions on which choice that you should make with this Two of Pentacles, right? And this is like an energy of clear the throne room. Thank everyone for your opinions and your information. Just leave that in that box on your way out the door. I want some alone time so I can think about what is it that I want. It's my empire. I'm the emp in the empire. I'm the emperor. So I get to decide. Thank you for your information, but now it's time for me to get out of my head and get out of the noise, step into my heart, and then decide what I want to do, put a plan together, and then take action with it. So there is an important decision coming up, but it's um, rather than just kind of going off of reaction the old way from the mind, there is this opportunity for you to take a deep breath, step back, and then let your heart decide, and then put a plan together, and then take action on it. And it'll be more exciting. It won't feel like you're just trying to, you know, meet up expectations to get to zero. It'll feel like abundance and excitement instead. So I like that for you, Swaroop. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Kat Mia, you are up. All right. Since you reposted that question, I'm going to take that as your answer. That's what you're wanting. So I'm not going to talk about that wheel for your free reading here. And you want to know the thing that you're searching for. Is it the one that people already found and just need to put together? Or is there something new that you can find that um, doesn't exist maybe already? I think is what you're saying. All right, so let's take a look here. So is there something existing or is there something new to be created? We'll find out here. All right. Well, a little bit of both. Don't you love it when they answer that way? Because the Justice card there is adding on to something new that's already existing. And the Tower card is the removal of something from it and the addition of something new to it. So, you don't have to recreate the entire animal, but there is something that can be removed from it, and with higher knowledge, higher wisdom, you were adapting it and changing it and making it act a different way, expand what it can do. Um, yeah, and I feel like they're telling me with all this Aquarius energy that we have going on right now, especially with Pluto being in Aquarius, which is a lot of this Tower card is Pluto energy too, which is, Aquarius is all new, unique ways of doing things and getting rid of old ways because some things just don't work anymore. It's adapting it to new technology, adapting it to new awareness with that Aquarius and Pluto energy. And then we've got like a stellium, I think, like what the sun is in Aquarius, and then Venus moved into Aquarius, Mars just moved into Aquarius. Um, and then the moon will move into Aquarius too, sometime in February. Wait, what are we in right now? Yeah, because we're just in Taurus now, so it's gonna take a little while to get up to the Aquarius, so it's probably gonna be about the middle of February, it would be around the new moon in, Aquarius because 'cause we're in Aquarius season, so, all this energy of newness of thinking, newness of communicating, newness of feeling, new, kind of energy coming in. But I like it. So basically it's what people have already found, but it's about taking that and expanding upon it. So hopefully that resonates with you there. That's what they have for you, Katmia. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we got Eagle. So Eagle, your timestamp is here. And you like a general for the next 5 days. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, for the first 3 and then the next 2, they say. So for the first 3, you've got the 5 of Wands, little bit of fire, stormy drama, transformational energy. It's the energy of change. So it does feel like for the first 3 days is a lot of change, 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 change that's coming in there. And then the 2 days after that, though, you've got the balancing energy of Aquarius energy, the star card. Again, we just talked a lot about Aquarius. So this change energy makes total sense with these next 3 days, wanting to do things in a different way, but then we get the balancing energy that comes in, and, you're able to see things differently. It's not so much a dream come true wishing upon a star energy here, but it's the Aquarius water bear who can contain emotions, contain things like whatever this drama is that's going on, all this change that's happening, all this sudden, a lot of stuff. For the first 3 days, the 2 days after it, you're really able to contain and get things where you feel things are calmer and balanced, and I wouldn't say in control, but you're in control of what's going on inside of you anyway, because that's the only thing really in your power anyway. So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for you, Eagle. So many blessings to you. Oops. What did you say, Tim? All good here. Happy as a toddler with cartoons on and cake on the plate. Wow. Neighbors think you're nuts after making snow angels barefoot in the snow. Free snow bath without the fees. Oh my goodness. Yep, yep, yep. Good times. Let the good times roll. All right. Let me make sure here. Yeah, sure, Tim. We'll add you onto the list here. Let me just make sure. I want to make sure I didn't over delete these thingies here. So Eagle and then Alicia. Yeah, so that's right. I think I just didn't delete it like I thought I did. All right. So Alicia, you are up. 126. Whoops. 54. All right. So Alicia, you want Aryan sings current feelings for you. You're in less contact. All right, let's take a look here. What is going on with their feelings? I think we want that one too. So you've got the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and then also the Nine of Cups. All right, we'll leave the Nine of Cups down there for now. That kind of came out second here. But there is this energy, the Eight of Swords is about questioning their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and what they have been making them feel like they've been blinded and trapped and bound and restricted and small. And the Eight of Cups is an energy of leaving behind emotions that don't serve and relationships that don't serve as well. And I feel like this is kind of what they're going through right now, because the Nine of Cups follows the Eight of Cups, which is an energy about, the Eight of Cups, they're walking away into the unknown. And the Nine of Cups is what they're hoping that they would find is their dream come true, emotional dream come true energy, right? So I feel like with this Eight of Swords, they've got a lot of this mental story that you have a lot of expectations on them, on who they're supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. And it doesn't matter if it's true or not, because it's a story in here that started way before they even met you, right? And I know that doesn't seem fair, but that's how we all are. We've all grown up with our own thoughts and beliefs and opinions, and we all think, well, this is what people expect of me. We put it on them without them not even knowing what we're putting on them, the story of what they think about me and what they want from me and what they know they're supposed to give me. Same thing with everyone. Everyone thinks that we all think the same. And oh my God, we don't even come close to thinking all the same. When we have that human mind conditioned growing up, we're all inundated with tons of different beliefs and thoughts and conditioning and expectations that are different. Even my twin nieces that lived almost the same lives, completely different, so they do think a lot in different similar ways, but they also equally have different ways of looking at things. And that just tells you that if twins do, everyone definitely does, right? So, I feel like all that just to say that they have this feeling that you're trying to control them and try to make them be who you want them to be, and they fear failing you, and so that's why they're like, "Maybe I should go and leave this and find this dream come true energy that there's someone, this illusion, like we're in a desert and there's this mirage, and we think, 'Oh, I'm gonna find this person who looks like this, talks like this,' you know, it's like this Frankenstein monster that we create of all these wonderful things about all these people and put it together and go, that's the dream, I'm gonna find them, and they don't exist. It's not real. But sometimes we can have that illusion, because we're feeling frightened on the inside, "I'm gonna fail at that, so you know what? There's someone out there that's not gonna expect anything of me, and they're gonna give me everything I ever wanted," and you're like, "That's a dream." It's, that's all you're gonna find it in the dream world, but you have to wake up someday. But I feel like that's kinda what they're going through is they're contemplating that, and, there's nothing that you can do, about that, really, because that's all going on in here, and in here, but mainly in here, this fear of a lot of expectations and a lot of, things that they may not, live up to, and that's what they're afraid of is disappointing people. Because then, of course, that means we're unlovable and unacceptable, blah, 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 right? The only thing that we can do to even influence at all with anyone is to, not have as little expectations as we can on people, um, and see what, unfolds, right? Because you can't tell someone you don't have expectations on them. You just have to show them you don't, and if they don't do something, we don't go, "Why didn't you do that?" Or, give them the, rolling of the eyes or whatever. We just continue to give them that love that it becomes unconditional love when we don't have any expectations or conditions around it. But humans have a hard time with unconditional love because we've been conditioned all of our life. We kind of are conditioned to have conditional love until we uncondition ourselves to where we can have unconditional ish love. All right. Hopefully that makes sense, Alicia. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All righty. I love learning all this. All right. All right. What I'm going to do. So, Maria, thank you for your donation via the PayPal. I actually have just two more free readings before I get to your free reading. So, if you don't mind, what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish out these two for Ateshi and Brenda, and then I'll do your donation, and then I'll come back and do your free reading. So it's all together. Hey, yeah, it sounds good, right? Bundled. All right. So, Ateshi, you are up. Here's your free reading. Boom, boom. So, will you be seeing your future spouse near the end of June? All right. Based on current energies, will you be seeing your future spouse toward the end of June? I would say yes. Definitely possibilities here with the Magician and the Two of Cups, which is like the Lover's card. So there is a relationship energy there. Magician is about you creating opportunities. So I feel like there's definitely an opportunity there, but you have to really be aware of your energy because if if you're focusing in on I want to meet them, I need to meet them, I fear I won't, then you actually will push it out further as you get closer. It's like reversed magnets, it just repels them further out. But if you are in a energy of gratitude for the toward the creator going, you're gonna bring that perfect person in the perfect timing in the perfect way, and I'm just gonna have gratitude for what I have in my life, what's going on. Then that draws it in and allows it to come in. So I definitely like that. So I feel like you're definitely in tune with that possibility. right. So that's what they got for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. Short and sweet, easy breezy. Right. Brenda Globy, you are up. Let's grab yours here. All right. And then you want to know AS's dynamic with KTH and JJK when in Madrid. All right. Whenever I hear Madrid, I have flashbacks to the Jason Bourne series. I got stationed in Madrid. uh, someone did. Anyway, so the dynamic with KTH, we got the Seven of Pentacles. That's a very slow moving energy here. Feels very um, not a lot of action, not a lot of movement, just kind of slow. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like slow like molasses in December is what they're saying. It's like the sap, the molasses goes so slow anyway, but when it's cold and freezing, it moves very slow. Stinted, stuck energy that comes in there. Doesn't feel like things move. It feels very clustered, um, obstacles, like a pipe that needs Drano, kind of energy. Um, and with JJK, got the King of Cups, which is a very balanced energy between head and heart. So it feels like things kind of go more smoother between AS and JJK because it is kind of this compatible kind of energy because I'm balanced with my head and my communication and with my sharing of emotion. And it's a very mature, balanced kind of communication. So it feels more definitely flowing with JJK than stinted and stuck with KTH, is kind of the dynamic that's there. Not movement energy with JJK, just compatibility energy. Like, we're okay, we're good, we've got flow between us, but not there's not wands energy, it's all air and water energy, mind and heart energy, but not passion, wand movement, wand energy, and there's not pentacle energy, which doesn't feel like there's a lot of connection in the outside world with that either. So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for there, Brenda. So thank you again. Good to see you. All right. So Maria, let me grab your name, put you on the donation list up here. All right. So Maria, thank you for your donation via Z PayPal. I think we got your timestamp right here. Like I said, we'll go to your free reading after this, unless there's another donation that slips in, then, oh, well, I tried. or maybe I'll just put in your your free reading right after anyway. For waiting. It's your bonus for waiting. All right. So I got your PayPal up here. Let's take a look here. Let's take a quick sip. Coffee first. Cheers, cheers. All right. So, your thoughts and feelings, um, uh, Wally's thoughts and feelings towards you today. Okay. And then what's coming towards you guys next week? Thank you. And then weather's been bad. Yeah. Been a little chilly, right? I don't even know what temperature it is right now here. It was 9 degrees a little bit ago. Let's see here. Now we're at 7 degrees, but it's going to get warmer tomorrow. Yay. But with all of that, are you having another remote learning tomorrow? Okay. And then, like working from home. And then, dark side, any updates? Oh, there was one, but it escaped. Do you not get an update? The dark side has gone dark. Are they without power? All right. A message from Wally. And then what's coming for you next week? All right. And then let's do your general. We'll put your general reading in here too. A general for you is your free reading. We'll give you those 2 cards are your general reading or your free reading. All right, thoughts and feelings with Wally. Well, yeah. Well, the thoughts, the 4 of Swords is an energy of peace of mind and being at peace, letting go of expectations, really restful. So their mind is kind of, well, their mind is probably kind of tired, but they're just, more heart wise, feeling wise. The 10 of Pentacles is that relationship, fullness of life energy. So I definitely feel this. Um, it's the cozy sitting by a fire energy. Just it feels full and it's a relationship card. So I like that. Um, what's coming towards you guys next week? Well, there's a little bit of hermit energy, but I feel like this is more being alone together, because this doesn't feel like, you're spending a lot of alone time together. Maybe a little less get together, maybe because of the weather or something. But we also have the Judgment card, which is a wonderful kind of calling energy. You might even go somewhere. This has really been standing out to me lately, that trumpet music. There might be some music involved in one of your get togethers. I don't know if you guys are going to go hang out and watch a band or um, live music or go to a concert or something. It just feels like there's something drawing, calling you to something different, calling to something exciting that feels musical. But that's there. Maybe you're gonna go to a kids musical. That would be you're like, "Oh, was I gonna go to a concert? Oh, a kids concert. Oh." But I like that, kind of energy there for you guys. Um, so tomorrow yeah, um working tomorrow. Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is movement of emotion. Um, so I feel like they're gonna leave it up to each individual if you wanna work from home or not. Because I feel like the weather is gonna be getting better, but it's still kinda risky out, and I feel like tomorrow that they're gonna give you guys an option what with what you wanna do, which means, yes, I'm working from home. Alright. Dark side, any updates? Yeah, just the magician. They're just telling you whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. So I feel like it's just a good reminder to the more we focus on the dark, the bigger the dark grows. The more I focus on the light, the bigger the light grows. So it's just a good reminder going, what's happening on the dark side, you can't do anything about, but you can, for your own experience, make it last longer and push the conclusion further away by investing energy in it, right? Because we're growing it instead of it shrinking and going away, we're actually making it bigger by how much we focus on it. But if I focus on what I'm grateful for, right? Then with what I do have with Wally, what is going on, then that grows and that naturally shrinks the other. So I like that awareness. A message from Wally. Oh, boo 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 boo. Got the Lovers card and the Page of Cups. Of course, this is a message of I love you. You're my one. You've given me love that I've never felt before at this level. The Page of Cups is like a number 11. On a scale of 1 to 10, the love I have for you is an 11. And I've never felt like this before, um, from someone and for someone. So I like that. And then what's coming for you next week? Got the Justice card, a good balance, energy coming in. A lot of seeing things from a higher perspective, letting go of some old ways of thinking, seeing things differently from a higher vibrational place. So I like that kind of energy that's coming in there for you. For your free reading, um, and I'm just going to, well, here, what I'll do is here. So your free reading is going to be at here. And I'll throw the fortune cookie in here, but this will be just for If you wanna come back to this specific one, that's gonna be your free one. Alright. Um, oh, wow, yeah, you get the 4 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. So, you've got joy, 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 and celebration energy here. 4 of Wands is a joyful gathering. The 3 of Cups is a joy could be a joyful gathering too. So, I do feel like they're and with having 2 here, I do feel like there's this wonderful opportunity, and I feel like this is all about choose joy, you get more joy. So if you, um, are grateful for one thing, you get multiple of them. So I feel like there is this opportunity of 2 joyful get-togethers that can come up here soon, um, as long as we're focusing on what we're grateful for what we have and have had, these 2 joyful get-togethers, and I feel like this isn't just a get-together with Wally. I feel like this is a get-together with groups of people that is very joyful, opportunities here. Could be that it is with Wally, um, being a part of that too, but it's like there's this and I feel like this is something that they're just bringing up from your heart because that's one of the things not that you expect it most of the time, right? But that you would enjoy it to be able to hang out together with friends and that it be a joyful get together. Because, he's trying to protect you from some of these uh, friends of his, right? That he's like, oh, I can handle them because I've got thick skin, but I don't want you to have to handle any of them. Your fortune cookie says they entered your life for a specific reason to support you in a way that only they could. Wow. What a beautiful message. They entered your life for a specific reason to support you in a way that only they could. So they're in your life on purpose for a purpose, as you are in theirs. So I love that for you, Maria. That's what they got for you, my dear. So thank you again for your donation. All right. So I think that was it. We'll continue down the list here. So up next here for the free readings, we got Touch O Love. Here is your timestamp and what's coming for you this week. All right. What's coming for you this week? Based on current energies, you've got the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is a lot of mental energy. They roll with the Queen over the sword suit of mind, but all the kings get a second portion of air, which makes them not just the ruler of the mind, but the master of the mind, but also the master of the story. Queen of Wands, of course, rules over fire, behind the scenes gets cups. So that's fire and water and 2 parts air. It's a lot of energy among with 2 royals here too. I don't feel like these are people. I do feel like both of these are your energies because there's like this clarity that comes in that I'm the one in charge of my life. Like my energy, I create it. Everything that unfolds is something that I've created for my life and brought to my life. Nothing happens to me. I'm not on an out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode. Everything that's happened in my life has happened with purpose and for me. And the King of Swords, the king of the story, is that when I change the story from being life happening to me to that life is happening for me, and then I can ask myself, why did I want that to happen for me? Instead of why did this happen to me? It becomes which we never get an answer to that because we're in this victim place of fear and feeling all that lower vibrational noise, very noisy emotions. When we're able to transform and change the story to for us, we become a place of calm, a place of true reflection where we can look at and go, yeah, why did I want that to happen for me? What did I learn about myself? What's changed? What's transformed? How have I grown? What can I glean from that? What gift was in this situation and that situation and that situation? And we start to really, it's a lot of thinking and reflection energy that comes in through it all too. And I feel like that's that kind of week for you there. But it's not like you're getting caught into your mind and overthinking. This is true aha awareness energy that comes in for you. Right. That's what they got for you. Touch of love. So many blessings to you. Enjoy that. Maybe it's all this Aquarius energy, all this air energy, looking at things from a different, weird, different perspective from Aquarius through Aquarius eyes. All right. That's what they got for you, my dear. Many blessings. All right. Livia Vergara, you are up. See your timestamp here. All right. And you'd like an oracle reading of your lucky choice. All right. Yeah, let's see. I don't want too many of those. We've got these over here. What is this? What is this one's here? I feel like they wanted to talk here. Oh, Intuitive Whispers Oracle. So let's see what we got here. So what do you have for Livia, please? All right, this one. And you've got Ground from the Root. Number 5. Let me see if I can scroll in here. Let me see if I can zoom in a little. You can see her. She's part of a tree with roots and branches. I like this energy. That's always a wonderful thing about, when we understand with life that if I'm all roots and I'm only grounded and rooted in earth, I never have the branches and I never have fruit. But I'm well grounded. If I'm only branches and don't have a whole lot of root, the first little breeze that comes along, clunk, clunk, I, fall over. So it's about having roots into the earth and reaching to the sky is the beautiful balance that brings fruitful, grounded energy. So I love that. Let's see what else we got here. So this says, escape from your overthinking mind and ground yourself in your body. Right down to your roots. You're spending too much time in your thoughts, which are holding you in your past or predicting an uncertain future. When you're grounded, you are fully present in your body. There is a deep wisdom that can be found there. The insights from your own life experiences, plus the wisdom of your ancestors who have walked before you. It's time to get rooted in nature and connect fully to your body to rediscover the strength that lies deep within you. And it says how to ground. It says find a comfortable seat out in nature if possible and close your eyes. Notice the ground supporting you. Begin to deepen your breath, inhaling for 4 seconds and then exhaling for 4 seconds. Visualize roots growing down into the earth beneath you. Follow your awareness as it takes you deeper into the earth until you reach its very center. And then repeat these words of affirmation. I am grounded and rooted in the deep wisdom of my body. So you can repeat those words. So that's what they have for you. You're grounded. That's what I want to say. All right. So that is what they have for you right now, my dear. So many blessings to you. Hope you enjoyed your oracle reading. Hey, Crescent Moon. Good to see you. It's the third eye, private eye. All right. I just have 2 more free readings to do, and then I'll jump over to you. So take your time in putting your questions there. These will take just a moment since they're free readings. So we'll circle back around. Good to see you. And Jojo, to yours as well. All right, Carmel Damon, you are up. Here's your free reading. And you want to know, DL missing you. When will he reach out to connect? Is he are they missing you, and will they reach out to connect? All right. Well, I don't know. This full card here feels more like they're on this new adventure where they're feeling free from expectations and they're kind of on this new adventure. So I feel like they're more focused not on missing or any regrets or anything like this for anyone or anything. I just feel like they're really super focused on what's happening next because it feels like this fresh energy. We do have the Chariot card, which this is Cancer Moon energy, Mother Moon, in addition to action and movement. So I do feel like it's going to be, they'll reach out more around a significant moon, which we do have a Leo full moon coming up on February 1st. So it could be as early as that, though this power of choice energy just feels like the energy is kind of moving back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But so if it's not this full moon, then it might be the new moon in February, which would be around the middle of February. But I kind of feel like that's where we're at with that. I don't feel like they're missing people. I just feel like they're really focused on whatever adventure this is that they're on. Right. So that's what they got for you, Carmel. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Right. Tim Alagem, you are up, Tim. So for your freezing foot, cake eating, cartoon watching adventure, a general reading for you. All right, let's take a look here. So you got that and you got that. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Yeah, I like this. So you've got the Four of Wands, which is joy and celebration and joyful gatherings. And then you have the High Priestess, which is also kind of like hermit energy. High Priestess goes away from all of the outside world of the chaos up into their High Priestess temple to connect with the upper world, look behind the veil, dive deep into their own emotions and reflect. So this is kind of like this energy that, a wonderful balance between having your alone time, connecting, but then also it's the high priestess, if she all she does is stay up in the temple and she never goes down to the people to share what she's gleaned from spirit and her reflection, it doesn't help anyone else, and so I like this. It's important to come down and bring that joy to joyful events and to help expand those joyful events. And then it's okay to return back to your own little temple, do some more reflection, and then you go out. It's like this ebb and flow kind of energy that comes in there. So I like that, this sense of balance between the two, and that it's okay. Um, that, the high priestess is kind of like Pisces water energy. That, you know, the more you connect with your higher self and you raise your vibration, it gets silent for a while when we're by ourselves, but we realize when we go to the outside world, it could be a lot louder, can seem like a lot louder. It's because we've got used to silence that the noise of the outside world is like, it's like we got our hearing fixed. We're like, whoa. Uh, so, be aware of that, but then it's also we go back to regenerate and to um, recharge, and that it's okay. It's okay to do that and to take the time to recharge and not over push yourself too. But a good energy of balance there for you, Tim. So I like it. So many blessings to you. That is your free read on. All right. All right, Crescent Moon, thank you so much for your questions. We got your two here, and then Jojo, we'll circle back around for your second one there. All right, let's take a quick sip here. Cheers, everybody. All right, yum, yum, yum. I'm staying warm with my nice hot coffee. Yeah, it's not so bad. It's 7 degrees out here right now with some snow. Tomorrow it's supposed to get back to sunny and 40 degrees, so the snow will start to melt here. So I like it. It's been 3 days of, uh, single digit and below 0 weather and snow off and on. So I love it all, and I'm appreciative of it, but I'm ready to go for walks again. Cheers. Alright, so crescent moon, 159, whoops, 54 is for your first timestamp here. Boom, boom. There we go. Then we'll circle back around for number 2 here in a moment. Thanks for your first donation. So good to see you as well. I hope you're staying warm. I know you get a little more, cold weather probably than I do, even in Colorado. So please have a read on Sagittarius for today and every day next week. All right, let's take a look here. Let's shuffle this up one more time. All right, so what was going on with the Sagittarius today? Today. Got one there. I do want this one and these two underneath that. All right. And then for every day next week, let's take a look here. All right, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend. All right, so what we got happening here, now we got the Queen of Cups on the bottom here, overall energy of today and the week. This doesn't feel intuitive. This feels like an emotional energy in their life. This could be mom. Mom being very vocal this week. I feel like there's something going on. I mean, there's always something going on with her, but poor, but weighty. But I feel like there's an anniversary of a loss or a reminder of a loss, something that just really triggered them, that triggers them normally around this time too. Just feels like there's something that just takes them into extra deep depths of emotional expression. All right, but let's take care of the Sag for today. They've got temperance. Yeah, they got this wonderful patience and balance energy going on today with the Ten of Swords. Yeah, letting go of expectations, the dead duck, letting go of expectations. And I'm just patient because I'm not, this makes so much sense too with whatever communication is coming in from like mom and blah, 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 blah. That I've released myself from expectations and worrying about pleasing people, whatever. So at least that's my attempt. And so I'm much more patient with what's going on. Whereas before I would be, I got to solve it. I've got to make them happy. I've got to do something to help them get out of it. But they're like, it's not my job. I'll listen. Oh, yeah, hope you're doing well, but I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to get lost in it. Right. Below the surface, yeah, the 7 of Wands, the 4 of Swords. Yeah, that kind of is that energy, right? The 4 of Swords is like peace of mind, again, letting go of expectations, seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing the manipulation that it would have been before. And the 7 of Wands is standing true to my authentic self, not feeling like I have to dim my light, ask permission to shine, um, defend what I'm doing or not doing or whatever, but just standing my ground, knowing I have the upper ground. And that's the best place to be in a battle is because it's hard to take higher ground because um, it's just in battles, it's easier that way. I didn't study Lord or General Zoo's wherever that book of the Art of War is. I'm sure Tim will respond. You mean this one? Yeah, The Art of War by Li Zhu or something like that. I forget who the author was. But anyway, so that's the energy there. For today. I like that. Very empowering energy. Monday, got the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, so this feeling of Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing himself, um, feeling of birthing. Just I feel like, tomorrow just feels like a day that they're caring for themselves, and they're feeling the benefits and the newness and the birthing of things. So I really like that for them for that too. Um, it just feels very selfish in a beautiful, positive way because they're realizing how much of themselves they give away all the time. And they're like, I feel like I'm full. I'm starting a Monday not feeling drained. Whereas before, had I experienced what I did with this Queen of Cups energy, I would have been exhausted. And they're like, wow, what a difference. Tuesday, we got the judgment card, which is this being called to uh, or focused on their calling, focused on where they're wanting to go and what they're wanting to do. I feel like they're really doing a lot of work on, we've talked before, I feel like, about that they're taking steps to live the dream that they're wanting to dream, wanting not that they're wanting to dream, but they're wanting to live their dream. And it feels like Tuesday is the day where they're really, I don't feel like they're taking action physically on it, but mentally, emotionally, planning wise, a lot of that focus, and they're excited about it. So I feel like there is this very internal focus on Monday and Tuesday about what do I want kind of energy. Wednesday, Five of Wands, which is a bit of a drama and a firestorm and, you know, the energy of conflict. So it just feels like, wow, things are going so well. But then something happens on Wednesday. Let me let me get a quick clarifier here. Let me just skip past this thing here. Whoops. Skip. There it goes. Let me just see what that has to do with here. I feel like it has to do with more work, but maybe some of the ninja warriors of mom, meaning those friends that are would um, gather together to support mom and picking on and beating up and trying to get him to do things. I feel like that might be them too. Yeah, because there is some arguments with the 5 of swords coming in here, some conflicted communication, but I like it. The 9 of pentacles, they do still maintain that hermit type of energy and, this, security and independence being by themselves. It's so funny. From this distance, that looks like she has a cat in her shirt. No, it's not. Is it? No, it's her. You never know if someone's gonna sneak something in there, but that's funny. I was like, hiding in the in the cleavage, a cat. But, so I like that for them for that. So even amongst this conflict and, um, you know, because of course, between, like, today and Wednesday, she's, of course, shared her, um, what I used to say, she's, rolled around in the quagmire of her despair and shared that with, those individuals, and now they're going and reaching out going, of course, it said, "And he didn't even wanna do anything to help me. He didn't even offer this or that or whatever," and they're like, "I can't believe you're such a bad son. You should help your mother," that kind of thing, but he stays independent. I like that he's holding his ground. Thursday, yep, 9 of swords, but, of course, it's alright that, we have nightmares and insomnia, and that even though he's doing all this, his mind is still spinning the fear of what are people gonna think, and am I a bad son, and all the stuff they said, of course, ruminated. I feel like they had dreams about it and, woke up and they kind of, you know, process it all on Thursday, and have that there. And then Friday, they're feeling a lot of mixed emotions and stuff around all that too. But it's all right. It's part of the process. because we don't want someone to suppress their emotions and suppress it all. If you process them, then they don't get stuck. So I feel like he is really not just stuffing it and trying to move on, but he's actually, I want to think about this. I want to journal this. I want to do whatever self reflection, and then I'm going to feel the feels, and then they'll be gone. Then as he goes into the weekend, yeah, then bouncing back as the Sag does with 6 of Wands, which is victory, feeling of victory and flow, so he doesn't bring it into the weekend, with him there. So, I like that. I like it. So, I like this progress. I like this, this type of energy. Were you picking up on his, this emotional adventure that he's on? Were you sensing that, "Oh, someone's trying to play the emotions, play the manipulation game with them." But I like that he's standing strong, and the impact is less on him, as well. Yeah, you were. I had a feeling that you had a feeling. That's what your fortune cookie says around, this for, him as well. Let's see what it says here. The more you focus on the present moment, the more you align with your inner peace. Yeah, that's that wonderful energy. Sorry, it's gold, so it's hard to read it here, but that's what it says. I've been trying to get it to at least have some of the letters. But this is like the energy. He's in the moment and going, "No, I have my peace when I'm in the moment." So I like that. So that is what they have for the first one there. So thank you for that donation. And for the number 2, we got 21124. So here is that. Boom, boom, boom. Right. And for number 2, a third eye, private eye, deep dive read on Sagittarius communications and actions. What would this look like? And what is it that they will say towards you in the end of January, as well as the beginning, mid, and end of February? All right. Yeah, let's do another. Speaking of cheers, you cheers before. Let's do it again. Cheers. Look at that. Steam. Yes. Nice and hot. Maybe I should turn it down a little bit since the coffee's getting low. It's really hot. All right. So let's take a look here. So communications, end of January, and actions. What does it look like? Etc. All right, we got 4 for that. And then beginning, middle, and end of February. So beginning, middle, and end. That's the communication. And then action, beginning of February. Spirit knows, even though sometimes I say it wrong. They know what I'm trying to say. All right, and then that one too. All right, let's see what it's taking you here. All righty. So the overall energy for all this is we do have the death card that's coming in here. Death and rebirth energy. So we'll see what this means here. Is your patience running thin? Whatever you do, do not kill him. At least not physically. No, I don't feel like that. I don't feel it's that type of energy. It feels more ending, beginning, rebirth energy. But we'll see what this means. So, first up, communication for the end of January. Yeah, I got the 9 of Pentacles. So, we do have them here. That's that energy of being a hermit and being independent and off by themselves, which makes sense because they did have that energy, with dealing with this other conflict. So I feel like they're in this very independent energy and enjoying enjoying the independence kind of energy of I'm being me. And I feel like there's this, I really want this to be concrete. I want this to solidify before I add anything on. It's like when you build a new foundation, you don't start, like if you're building a new house, you don't start trying to put up the walls while the cement's still wet because it just messes it all up. So you're like, I want to wait for that foundation to dry, then I'll start to build on it. And I feel like that's that energy with communication. So I don't feel like there's any communication yet with that. Actions, let's see if there's any actions. Yeah, they got the devil card. So work, work, work energy and think, think, think energy. So really doing a lot that, focusing a lot of their mental energy into their work. 7 of Wands, yeah, that's that, again, being true to their authentic self and just enjoying that standing, being who I am, not needing to explain anything. I really like this. I really like being alone right now. 'Cause it's, I don't have to answer to anyone, I don't have to explain anything. Kinda like this, not having anyone in my life right now. It won't last long, but I feel like they're enjoying that. At least they're gonna be selective on who they invite to the into the building party, 3 of Pentacles, yeah, again, being true to their authentic self. That's like the 7 of Wands too, so they're really enjoying this. And they're enjoying taking the time, the 7 of Pentacles. So it's the slowness, the slow building of things, but that does make sense again with this, you know, demolishing energy of the death and rebirth that they're wiping their life full clear of a lot of things, and they're building a new foundation. So that's kind of what the energy they're in here for the next couple weeks, or at least from now until the end of January. Beginning of February, we got the 4 of Cups, which is an emotionally stable energy as far as communication goes. Um, what is this? Because there's an energy of I want to keep things, I want to keep my emotions stable, but I do feel because at some point it becomes starting to feel stagnant, and especially with his energy, he can only do it for so long. Like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna just gonna stay by myself. I'm not gonna have any in my life and da 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 da. But with his energy, a week later, he's like, okay, well, I think that was long enough. But I feel like this four of cups is like that energy of I still feel like maybe the first week or so of February, that's what we're talking about. They're like, I kind of like this stability. Their actions are, yeah, yeah. But below the surface, yeah, their actions are they got the Ace of Wands, they're getting antsy. Queen of Wands, they're looking for that, fire, that passion is starting to boil, in them there. That's why it's like, I like this, but, well, maybe not that long." So, I like that coming in here. Let's see what we have here for, middle of February. Yeah, 6 of Swords. Letting go of old ways of thinking, new ways of thinking. This is movement of communication. So I do feel like there is movement of communication here based on current energies, as we know. The middle of February, which may be Valentine's Day, is that like what's triggering a lot of this, but I feel like there is that communication. I don't feel like they're going to ask you out for a Valentine's date or anything like that. I don't feel like they're in that space yet, but there's like the communication with this of how I've changed energy, and that's it feels like that's, like, kinda what they're gonna start off with the communication, which is, um, um, I've let this stuff go and when it's funny, this ad just popped up, from Well-Being, and the theme of it says, "Uncover emotional patterns." And they had me see it and zero in on the words, and I feel like that's what they're communicating is, "You won't believe what I've done and what I realized and what I'm changed and this," and, not that he wants you to be proud, but he wants you to be proud of, "Look what you you know, you probably had told me 1,000 times and I never saw it, um, as clearly as I did, and this is what I've changed, what I've done." You're like, "Wow." As actions underneath, yeah, we got all this Wheel of Fortune, we got the calling. They're still focusing on their calling, they're still focusing on their fortune, the changes that they've been making. So I feel like their actions are more, poured into that right now still, as they tend to do. But I do feel like there's communication at least, but, action-wise, I still feel like 99% of their action is into work and they're in this dream, this calling that they're, heading towards. The end of February where the communication lies here. Oh, yeah. Queen of Cups. Mama just shot a man. No. This isn't mama energy though. This isn't that one. This is more this intuition, more this allowing emotional expression to kind of come forward more here and getting in tune with their emotional expression. And so I feel like this communication is more of the heart and more of because I feel like they kind of still you guys text and stuff in the from it's like you start communication, you kind of connect, and there is some consistent connection there, a little back and forth. But this intuitiveness, this of course your energy, but there's a lot of more of opening of their, heart and emotions. I feel like a lot of the communication is catching up, status checking, and then kind of probing in a way, not like an alien anal probe or anything, but in communication, just seeing what your reaction is to certain things and they were kinda gauging it on that, where by the time I feel like at the end of February, they're starting to open up their heart a little more. Let's see what the actions are underneath here. And we got the Emperor energy, which is trying to decide what I really want. And again, that makes sense with trying to find out maybe what you want as well. But, I do feel like they want a fresh start here with the Full card and a 10 of Pentacles, which is it is abundance energy, but it's also relationship energy. And the Full card is, not wanting expectations so much, um, or intentions, but more of adventure. Let's see where this goes. You'd be interested in just seeing what will happen kind of energy, which with them, that's kinda how it has to be, right? Because if you have any expectations do I need to even you're like, I know," because of just their energy and their ADD, ADHD, and, all this work that they're doing, that if you have expectations of, consistent communication, certain times of every day or whatever, it would be like, how is it to want? So it is that kind of journey, which you totally know all this. It's good confirmation for you though, that, it's like, yeah, it would have to be a lot of energy on your part staying present because it's like almost like hanging around with someone who um, their brain resets every 30 minutes. And if you don't stay in contact with them, what was that? 50 First Dates with Drew Barrymore. Um, and I can see his face. He does the Jewish Christmas song. He's a comedian. Anyway, you probably know who it is. um, but it's like that. That's the kind of it's like every day her brain would reset. It's like, hey, just so you know, this is who I am. I'm here. It's like you would have to do that to yeah, Adam Sandler, thank you. So, I like that. Where this is leading you, got the 8 of Wands, the 3 of Swords. Yeah, it's there's a lot of energy, a lot of movement, but, that this is the expectations equal disappointment card. So things can move along fast without expectations, but the more expectations we have, the more speed bumps there are that slow things down. So, um, not having those expectations is the thing that will just allow it to, progress there. So I like that. That's a lot of cards. I'm just going to shuffle them back in instead of doing them individually. I'm becoming lazy on a Sunday evening. And let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. So not too bad of a update there. Let's see what your fortune cookie says. It says my evolution is beautiful, which is kind of what they're saying too, because they're evolving and their evolution is beautiful, but so is yours. And you're both evolving separately, and your paths can intertwine to help each other evolve. But I like that, and then they're bringing back a, a quote or something that Mel Robbins said in her book, the Let Them Theory, where I forgot what I was going to say. I got all caught up in trying to remember the book. Um, oh, thank you, Spirit. That it's not our life purpose to find the one. Um, it's to realize that we have our own journey, our own adventure to explore and to grow and to become who we want to become. And we get to share that with someone, but someone, of course, isn't our life. They can be a part of our life, but they're not our life. And I like that awareness because I know you know that. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your dual donations. Appreciate that very much. Right, stay warm yourself. All right, so Jojo, we're circling back around here for number 2 for you. So thank you so much. Here's both of your timestamps. And let's give yours a love and a like since it lets me do that. And did O meet someone? Dun dun dun. Let's see here. All right. Meaning, did they meet someone and are they, well, we'll find out. Are they engaging in something with someone? Anything else we can know? And that's the bottom of the deck. So, all right. All right. Well, I think so. Because the world card on the bottom, we do have this energy of, you know, significant ending, new beginning, the beginning of a new adventure kind of energy. And underneath that, we even have the death card. So this ending, beginning energy. And we'll see who it is possibly here. It might even be someone that they've known before, because it almost feels like something rising from the dead, like the Pet Cemetery. I don't know, just kidding. But there is that energy. It's like, it ain't gonna be what it used to be, though. Let's see what it comes in here. And we do have the King of Cups, so there is this, wow, this person's so compatible with me. That's what they think anyway, with this King of Cups. It's someone who's balanced with head and heart. They just feel like it's, um, you know, someone that is very compatible with them. Um, is it recent? I almost feel like this resurrection, like they met them before, but I don't feel like anything happened with it before. So that's why this resurrection, it felt like this is taking it to a different level than they ever had before. So I feel like they met them before, like they were acquaintances and um but they were with someone, maybe O was with someone. Was that with you? And so they were just like whatever, but then they bumped into each other again with them both being uninvolved with someone, and I feel like that's what happened here. But I feel like when they met them, they thought, "Wow, we really hit it off and we're really great." But they didn't, um, ruminate around it, at the time. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, we got the 7 of Wands. I do feel like they met when the second time when they were just being true to their authentic selves with the 7 of Wands, like, maybe they were, um but I feel like they were in a spotlight, maybe they were up on stage or they did that. So he lied to you a little bit. What did he lie about? I don't think you're surprised by that either. Maybe he was lying to himself, a little bit. "Oh, not going on a date. Oh, like, tonight or whatever?" And maybe it's not this, it's well, it's not really a date, you know? We're hanging out, but it's not a date. Maybe. We'll see what's going on here. But I feel like they bumped into each other again when either he or they were up, no, it's made out of he, just they were up on stage or standing apart or, like, being a bartender. It's like where someone was being, separate from the crowd, and that's "Oh, hey, hey," 'cause I feel like they had met each other, like, before, a friend of a friend, um, you know, "Hey, this is so and so," and they were dating someone and, you know, so let's see what else. Yeah, we got the Wheel of Fortune. So here's all that ending and beginning energy, and the tune of "For Me," and it is the tune of "For You," which is good, because this is good that the dog has a different bone, Spirit's like, here, boy, here, go fetch that stick over there, get away from Jojo." Did you hear the wheeze? The wheeze is back. Wee. Alright. So let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, we have the Fool card, so that's the World card is the ending of a major cycle, the beginning of a new adventure, so it's just at the beginnings of something. But it feels like an adventure. It doesn't feel like there's intentions or titles or this. I just feel like they're hanging out. So I feel like you're saying here, like, you know, a lot of times, and this is stereotyping, and I know, but it's because it's true. A lot of times, not 100%, but with men, um, or masculine energy, you have to be careful how you ask the question, like, "Are you going on a date?" "No, I'm not going on a date. I'm gonna go hang out with this person. It's not a date. I'm just gonna go hang," but they don't share that. Like, "No, I'm not going on a date," but they didn't tell you, "Well, I'm gonna go hang out with this person, and we're just gonna hang and we're just hanging out. We're just friends. We're just seeing where things are going." See, if we ask questions going, "Well, are you going somewhere?" "I am." "Who are you gonna go hang out with?" "Friends." "What are their names?" Damn it. If you whittle them into a corner, they'll do that, right? Because they know the game, right? Yes. Because they know. That's funny. Yeah. So we got the Page of Pentacles, and this does say that they met them before, but not in a romantic sense, but this is new, you know, new opportunities that are opening up. Yeah. There's the 8 of Wands. I do feel like this kind of happened quickly out of nowhere. Um, so it's not something they were planning. It just kind of happened out of nowhere. But yeah, I mean, they still, in their mind, they're not dating someone. They're just hanging out with people this hermit is still there. I'm still, staying to myself. And you're like, in your mind, yes, but in my world, that would not be the case. That's not how I would define that. Too funny. But it is true. You always have to be careful. And it what's great is, of course, as intuitive as you are, that's how I was with my relationships because, you know, especially after my first one is when I really started opening up to spirit way, way out of the box like I used to be. And I'd ask a question because I knew that they were gonna how they were gonna answer it. So I do this vague question, they'd answer it, and blah blah blah, and I go, "But are you gonna do do do?" And they're like, "Yes." I'm like, "Uh-huh, uh-huh. Let's see your fortune cookie." Yeah, you're in the thick of it. You know it with the you're in the thick of it. So you're in the full awareness of the energy. You're like, "I knew it. I knew it." Too funny, right? I swear. But that's alright. It's just what humans do when they have fear, they just learn to protect themselves the way that they need to, right? But it's good validation, good confirmation, right? So that's what they got for you, JoJo. Now you can just be like, trust that intuition that you got for sure. All right, everybody. Well, I don't think I have any other donations. Let me just check a couple screens here just to make sure. All right. Looks like we're good there. Let me check one other place. Oops. All right, there we go. Yeah. Nope. So there's nothing else there. Oh, see, it just updated some stuff on here. So we are good to go here. So if you haven't got into trouble, no, I'm just kidding, got into the drawing for my full moon. Um, I have a drawing every full moon and new moon for the chance of winning a 30-minute person recorded reading or one of my energetic hedges. Here's the full moon one coming up on February 1st. The link's always in the description box or description area of the video in my stream. So if you ever are going, oh, I want to get into that, if you just go to the most recent stream that's posted live, and you can go down in the and see it there as well. I will have a drawing on February 1st and then put out a video announcing the winner. So I have one every new moon and every full moon. It's about every 2 weeks. Also, I put out a new hedge, an energetic hedge is the Hedge of Health. It's on sale for $35 US dollars instead of 50 for a couple more weeks until like February 12th, I think is what I said, because that's my birthday. So I knew that date. um, so if you're interested in that, you can get that on sale as well. And let's see what else I had here. Well, we'll not talk about that right now. We'll do here just the podcast. I also have a free podcast called The Easier Path. We just came out with a new episode this last Thursday. It's every 2 weeks for that. And this one's called Easing the Pain. So if you're interested, I just posted the link here, but the playlist is in the description box of the video. And so you can catch up on any of the episodes. A lot of helpful information from spirit. So I like it. All right. I think that's it for here. I do have a making the most of moon energy that I'm putting out. Like a before each new moon and each full moon, I just started it with this new moon in Capricorn uh, to make the most of the new moon wishes and new moon intentions. And then for the full moon, I'll put out a video a few days before, maybe the day before. It depends on how fast I get to it, but I will put it out before the actual full moon so you can make use of the full moon release ceremonies or intentions to make the most of using that beautiful moon energy. So keep a lookout for that too. I'm excited. But I think that's everything, everybody. Um, see, is anyone else coming? We'll have to put out our feelers. I can usually tell if someone's coming because the elevator doors are starting to close. There's someone running. No, wait. And I feel like there is someone, so I'm holding on for a sec. So, but thank you guys for all the thumbs up and all your love and support. I did want to let you know that I so appreciate you guys. You're welcome, Livier. um, I just so appreciate that we're on this journey together and enjoying our adventure here. It's just you, probably. Well, I did want to mention tomorrow. Um, just for those of you that pay attention to astrology, we do have Neptune moving into Aries energy, and that does bring some it's a culmination, because it takes, like, I think Neptune is like, it takes 14 years because Neptune's, like, way the heck out there, right? Out, close to Pluto and all there, but it takes 14 years for it to switch signs, which means it's like, what, a 100 and something years that it takes to go through the entire zodiac. Well, it's reaching the culmination. We're starting all over again at Aries. So there is this big birthing energy. So just be aware that there's some great opportunities for new beginnings. Also, we're starting to probably feel um, the eclipse energy, because we can feel it up to 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks before. And it is is it the Leo? I don't think it's the Leo one. I think it's the new moon. It's a new moon solar eclipse first in the middle of February, and then it's the full moon lunar eclipse, with the first full moon, which I think is March 1st, I think is that. So we're feeling that energy already of the eclipses too, which is significant endings and beginnings energy. So, yeah, be aware of that energy is there. Let me see. I think I have it. They have it in here. Yeah, I have this little, just to give her credit, this Llewellyn's Daily Planetary Guide, which has the moons and stuff, and they have, like, for the week. But let's see, she talks here about, yeah, it's the first major astrological shift of 2026 takes place on Monday, tomorrow, and it's a major shift indeed. Neptune moves into the first sign of the zodiac, Aries. Yeah, so it's not only changing signs, but also starting an entirely new astrological cycle, like I was saying, right? The gas giant takes around 14 years to transit a sign and 165 years to travel the entire zodiac. So get ready for some massive changes. Um, we're leaving the Neptune and Pisces era, which may have left us too much in our feelings, hoping for a utopia. And now Neptune moves into ambitious Aries, a sign that likes results. So all of those lofty visions you harbored will no longer seem out of reach. You'll be able to exit your own headspace and work to make them a reality all the way until 2038. Whoop, whoop. I know, right? After an extended period of gradual disintegration, it's time to rebuild, which is such the energy of coming out of the year of the snake into the year of the fire horse too. So all this stuff is pointing us to, like, this rebirth for humanity. So it may take effort, but dynamic can-do Aries loves a challenge and possesses energy and enthusiasm to spare. So, with Neptune making such an era defining shift on Monday, it's no surprise that the day may be filled with confusion as we adjust to these new vibes. But deep down in our souls, we will also intuitively feel the excitement and boundless possibilities that come from turning a major corner. I like that. The rest of the week is running on all cylinders except for a lazy Thursday when the mind is more on love and romance than productivity. Tuesday is a tremendous time for getting work done and implementing transformative change, while Wednesday is a wonderful moment for dating and socializing. So I won't read it all there just to honor her copyright, but I thought I would share that little energy for our upcoming week since it's such a significant change energy. And we have a stellium in Aquarius. I mentioned that earlier too. We're Aquarius sun. We're Venus moved into Aquarius, Mars moved into Aquarius. Eventually, the moon will move into Aquarius. Pluto was already in Aquarius. So we've got all this change energy and it's Uranus, ruled by Uranus. Sudden change. The old ways don't work anymore. We need new ways. So there's a lot of that kind of energy um, going on, significant stuff. Oh, sure. We can add that in here. Yeah, before I go, I'll add you onto the list here. So let's add that here. We got 245, 28 for you, JoJo. Let's see what else we got here. Anything else that we can know about him here? What else about O would be helpful for you to know? I was just hearing him go. O puts the O in.
No, no, no. 1,000 times no.
There you go. That's your answer. No. Um, yeah, we've got the Justice card and the Four of Wands too. And this is an interesting energy because I mean this is this um Wands energy. Four of Wands is like marriage card, right? And then the Justice card is like justice of the peace, is what came immediately in here about something that they said that I don't know, it's like that I never want to get married again. Were they married before? But I feel like they're like, I never want to get married. But now they're kind of recontemplating this kind of energy that's coming in here. Night, night, Livier. Sleep well. Enjoy. Yeah. Maybe he was, unless he lied, or he's engaged or headed to get married, or um, I just feel like there's this, um, I don't know, like a, a resistance to marriage, maybe because of how his parents' marriage ended up or something, but it just feels like there's this, resistance to it before, but now it's like they're rethinking things and they're trying to see things from different perspectives and they're trying to be more open-minded and, um but I feel like it because before it felt like a protective kind of, belief system they had to so that they wouldn't have to risk it. But now I feel like they're changing it a bit to try to see it from a different perspective. Um, and I mean, this is Libra energy, which rules over the house of relationships too. But it's just like, um, I almost feel like they're changing it a little bit because of. It's funny how they're saying it, but it's like because it limits my um dating pool, because when people find out that I won't get married, other people talk about it, and then people are like, "Well, no, I don't wanna, you know, I don't wanna date someone that won't make a good mate." That's what my grandma used to always say, "Don't date someone that won't make a good mate. So if they don't wanna be a mate, then don't date. Don't date them." And, but I feel like they're like, "Well, no, I'm open to." I'm not like, "No" against it. I just, It's gonna have to take someone pretty special for me to marry him." I feel like that's, like, how what they are switching it to, whereas before, maybe they were like, "No, I'd never get married. I don't wanna get married." Marriage is a social construct. Now they're like, "Well," changing my mind around that a little bit. Well, I mean, feel like this is a recent development. I feel like they didn't wanna marry like, they weren't gonna wanna marry anyone, but now I feel like they're changing their tune now. That was before. But, even if someone doesn't think we're special, it's not about us, that's about how they feel about themselves, right? Because you can't, you can't give something or see something that you aren't already. I can't give love to others if I don't have love for myself. I can't think other people are special if I don't think I'm special. So when we look at it, it's like, uh-huh. It's like everyone's expressing what's going on inside of them. Has little to do with us. Once we realize that, we can do that, right? Hmm. Yeah. Why are you angry at yourself? Don't be angry at yourself, be angry at them. No, I'm just kidding. Anger is judgment. Why are you judging yourself? It's experience, it's growth. That's how we dating is it's like that like the Mel Robbins book, the Let Them Theory. She's like, we date not to find the one, but to find out what we want and what we don't want. Um, and then we get to decide who we want to be with. And then it's like when we learn to choose love instead of chase love. And that's what you were learning. So it's great. I'm proud of you for extending yourself and learning because you learned so much about yourself through it that you wouldn't have if you'd have stayed shut off and closed. But you're living and you're learning and you're growing by leaps and bounds because of it. So, um, you know, use it as growth. Only be angry at yourself if you keep repeating patterns and don't learn from it. But if you're learning from it, then touche, cheers, cheers, right? Clink, clink. Oh, you think you're special, but then it ends and it was just a relationship. Yeah, but oh, you mean special to them? Well, that's the thing with humans, right? Let me see. What is spirit trying to say here? And think of this from our own standpoint. People are only special to us as long as we think we're special to them. That's how our human works. When we step into knowing that I'm special and that I'm all I need, that changes our whole interactions with other people. Because I don't need to be special to anyone else because I'm special to myself. And other people don't need to be special to me as well because everyone is special, but especially myself. And it's not arrogance, it's confidence. It's, you know, knowing that I'm special and knowing everyone else is special too. But the biggest thing is that we come back to knowing that we're the ones, we're the ones that we're the ones we've been looking for. We're the special one we've been looking for in our life. We can't find ourselves out there. We just see reflections of ourselves. We see the mirror. We're like, "Oh, look, there I am in that person." And it's like, "No, that's just a reflection. Here you are. You're right here, not out here. That's just a mirror. this is the real person, but, I love it. That's the whole Knight of Cups. It's our whole quest of finding our self-love is we go out there thinking it's out there, but then we eventually come back here and find ourself, uh, when we're ready. So, I love it. Alright, everybody. Well, um, I'm gonna head off, and I'll be back on Wednesday. I am now here, of course, Wednesday through Sunday nights. I'm only on once a day instead of twice on Saturday, and I'm on at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. I do post the session early in the morning on the days that I have it. So, excuse me, like Wednesday morning, I will post it for Wednesday evening, and the chat is there from the very beginning. So you can dive in and, um, you know, post any comments, questions. You can make donations via the super chat through that too, or through Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. You can do that all throughout the day. I do dive in and capture them all as well, and to make sure nothing gets missed, just in case. But so just know that that's available too. And thank you guys so much, especially all of you on the other side of the planet. Thank you for your understanding and your patience and, you know, um, me adjusting the times and all that. It's really been working out so much uh, more well for my health and my balancing. So, I can't believe it's Sunday night already. Usually by this time, on Sunday, I'd be exhausted because of, going from, like, Friday night a all the way Saturday, all the way Saturday night into Sunday, all the way Sunday into, the afternoon too, and, into the evening, and I'd be like, "Ugh," but now I'm like, I feel balanced, which is good. Alright, everybody. Just know that I so appreciate all of you. Thank you for the thumbs up, all the being part of the giant love tsunami. So grateful that we're on this adventure together at this time in humanity, and we're not in it alone. I'm so glad we're together. So, till I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. All right, my dears, sleep well, dream well, live well, have as much fun as you can, and we'll see you when we see you, right? Guys, take care.